a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's 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 a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Welcome to the Alpha Ice Complex here in Harmer Township, Pennsylvania. It is Berg Hockey Night, the back half of a doubleheader. It is a AA matchup between the Shaler Titans and the Bethel Park Blackhawks. It's a late night for me. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Brian Mitchell. Thank you for joining me here up off of 28. And, of course, we got a classic matchup here of the diagonal jerseys as Bethel Park with the black Hawks written across the front, and the Shaler Titans with Titans in white to our right. It's tough to get the starting lineups here today, so we're just going to enjoy it here. I'll let you check out our warm-ups, and we'll be back momentarily with your opening face-off. All right, as always, welcome back to the Alpha Ice Complex as we are getting ready for our AA matchup between the Bethel Park Blackhawks and the Shaler Titans. It's hard to call this one. Shaler and Bethel Park being in two different divisions next year. Bethel Park, of course, long-time AAA member coming down to AA this season. And unfortunately creating an overload of orange and black jerseys, as three teams will now don those jerseys in that division, with Cathedral Prep and Greater Latrobe also wearing those colors. You get the blue and orange, a lot of orange because blue and orange of the Armstrong Riverhawks. So it's going to be a nice thing. And then the red, white, and blue of the Shaler Titans, always a good-looking fit of the Titans. They are led by Spencer Svoboda, assisted by Sean Riffey and Darius Malecki. Bethel Park led by Mike Schall. He has several assistant coaches on the roster. But this evening, we're going to let the opening night occur, and let's see how things fall at the end of this one. Once again, my name is Brian Mitchell. Thank you for joining me on Pittsburgh Hockey Digest and 10-Band TV on this Thursday evening. We were having some technical difficulties during that first game. I hope they don't carry over too much to this contest, but if they do, there will be a fresh copy of this game uploaded tomorrow for y'all to watch. For Yins to watch. I don't know why I said y'all. Yins to watch. Starting in goal on both sides for the Shaler Titans, it's going to be Jackson Fox, the senior. On the opposite side, we're looking at Kevin Tiemann, the following senior. It's a Senior Bowl here in the opening day. The names will come with the numbers as the game progresses. Once again, enjoy the contest. My name is Brian Mitchell. Let's play some hockey here from Alpha Ice Complex. Ezra Kozak will step in. And we were underway here as Roman Angelo handled the faceoff for the Shaler Titans. Back around, Yuska will pass the puck up, and we dumped in, and already got a penalty called in this contest. Two players are going to head off. It's going to be Dylan Hartman and Matthew Stellitano taking coincidental minors at 16:48. Already more penalties called in this game than there were in the last game in the first 12 seconds of this contest. Face off to the left of Kevin Tiemann. Around, it'll be taken by Caden Bush. Up around, dump to the point. Yuska will try to keep it in. Battle around. Stainbrook will be there, but it's going to be picked up. Shot on by Whiteman. Rebound by Irwin. Shot. Save made Tiemann. Rebound Angelo. Goes just wide of the net off the pad of Tiemann. It'll come back up to the point. Kept in by Shaler. Back and cleared by Velisaris. Irwin loses that puck, but going for the body was Bethel Park instead of playing the puck there. Caden Bush will collect it behind the cage. That's going to be Dylan McGuire giving him a little bit of a problem. Back out come the Blackhawks. They'll dump it into the zone. Eric Husa will chase it down. Be up along the half wall. That's Velisaris. Carrying it out are the Titans. Yuska will carry it in. Looks for the shot. It'll be kept off his stick by Kirsten. It'll go on the cage, and Tiemann will cover it up with 15:47 remaining here in the first frame. It's a tell of how it's going to go so far in this game. Physical is the word that I would use. These two teams already showing that there's no love lost in the new-found AA division. Hit there along the boards on Jones. Be picked up and carried across by Luke Foth. Back around it goes. Owen Reither. Dumped up past the Titans all the way out to Kozak. He'll dump that back in behind for Sommer. It'll come out. Malcolm couldn't get to it. So he'll just have to turn around, dump it back in behind Tiemann. Seeing is Reither. Up for Decker. Kai Decker goes behind the cage. Pass this one out. It's going to be collected but around. Reither will carry it in himself. Brings it in, shot on just wide of the cage was Kai Decker. It'll bounce out to the point. Shot on to the right of Fox, and it'll be cleared up and into the defensive zone. Around Trazo. Recollects, throws it down, and the Titans will dump this one out, but carrying it in is Ezra Kozak. Kozak's shot, save made, rebound comes on, and it'll be blocked off by the defense. Round it goes. Christen. It's the puck back to the point where a shot by Kirstein won't make it all the way in, and it's going to be cleared all the way the length of the ice for an icing call. 14-15 remaining here in the first frame. Face-off coming up to the left of the Shaler cage. Fox sets up. They won back. Carrying it out is Juska. The Blackhawks trying to get to it, but opportunity here for Angelo. Angelo into the zone. It's behind Stellitano. Two aggrieved pairs are out of the penalty boxes. Picked up by Alborg. He'll dump this one across, and out comes Christen. He'll dump it back. Whiteman will throw it around. Whiteman throws it up to Husa. And out come the Titans. Stellitano. Behind the cage. Gets rubbed off of that one. Christen will get into the corner. Turned around, and Kirstein throws one around to the half wall. They'll battle just off of our screen into the corner. The Blackhawks will carry it out, and that will be Kozak. He's going to pass it up for Christen, and he'll just dump it in. They'll get a quick line change, and out come the Titans, but it's going to be turned over to Stainbrook. He keeps it in, and dumped back in by Bush. Back around. Carnahan was one down in the corner for Hartman. Hartman behind, yeah, sorry, that is Velisaris. Velisaris, the 8s and the 6s look a little similar there. Down Bush. The Bethel Park jerseys do not have nameplates on them. I'm having a hard time recollecting who's who. Down. Caden Bush behind the cage. McGuire waits a little bit of pressure there. And that was Hartman, 26. Pass it off Velisaris. Velisaris just leaves it for Whiteman. Whiteman throws one up for Trazo. Trazo back down to Whiteman in the corner. He throws one out, and it's going to be Velisaris collecting it and dumping it out past where Trazo will recollect it in center. Whiteman brings it in. Has to regroup with a little bit of pressure. Whiteman takes a double team on the way in. Over to Blake Whiteman, who brings it in on one. Saved by Tiemann, goes back in the corner, and net is off its moorings with 11:36 remaining here in the first frame. We'll have another face-off. Shots are 2-1 in favor of Shaler 6 minutes into this contest. Face-off outside the zone. Colomarino will just dump this one back in. And around picked up by Rather. Rather throws one along the half wall. It's going to be picked up and kept in by the Titans. Back down Juska. Up for Malcolm. Brings it into the zone. He'll dump it on the cage. Save made by Tiemann. Rebound Goes out to the Blackhawks, and it'll be Bombit throwing it out of the zone. He's going to pass it up, give it up to Keelan Jones. Jones will dump it into the zone. And cleared all the way the length of the ice. We'll have an icing call. 10:51 remaining here in the first frame. Once again, my name is Brian Mitchell. This is Berg Hockey Live on 10-Band TV and Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. Thank you for joining me here on this Thursday evening from Alpha Ice Complex. Bethel Park and Shaler rounding out our doubleheader coverage. Rare occasion I'll have a doubleheader on the schedule. Do a lot of single games anymore. And back out, cleared. Stellitano's going to bring it an opportunity here. Shot on, just goes over Tieman's head. Lost track of it for a second. Stunned, kind of. Back out. Carried in by Hartman. Out it goes. Stellitano going the other way, but one in front of him. That's Husa. Husa's shot. The shot by Stellitano goes high, and Angelo has to regroup. Back behind, Reither. Throw one through, and Irwin. Back across for Salmer. Angelo leaves one behind for Stellitano. And Chrisen will dump this one out. He'll get the puck on the play, back out. For Nickel. This one will go the length of the ice. He'll come back down. Opportunity here coming the other way is Chrisen. He'll go for the shot. It'll be wide of the cage. Back down along, and that's going to go the length again of Husa. He'll pass this one off the skates of a Titan. Opportunity in front. It's Whiteman, and they will regroup. Yuska playing center field, goes back behind his own cage. Bounces one up along the boards. He'll carry it in himself, but it's going to be turned over. Front of the benches. It kept brought in by Jack Hartman. Throws one on. Opportunity here. Ooh, big. Backhand on net, but it's going to be cleared out by the Titans. And now Whiteman's going to pick it up in transition. Another shot. That's by Braden Whiteman. Braden and Blake Whiteman. It's Brett Whiteman. That gets cleared in behind the cage. Now Cola Marino will bring it into the zone. Maniero couldn't hold on to it. It's going to be dumped back in by Bethel Park. So you have Braden and Blake, I believe the Whiteman twins, and then Brett, the sophomore. And just for the fun of it, I think they threw all three of them out there to throw me off. If I get the call a Whiteman from Whiteman and Whiteman goal here today, I will be happy. It'll be cleared out, and we'll have to regroup. Here comes Shaler the other way. Manero will let this one go back for Reither, and he'll clear it out. He's going to find Caden Bush on the run. Opportunity here. Shot on. Scores! That's Lucas Bombish. Lucas Bombish gets the Bethel Park Blackhawks a 1-0 lead. And it's 7:50 remaining here in the first. We'll have another faceoff. I always say at the beginning of the broadcast, the numbers will come with the names later as I learn them. It gets easier in the second and third period, especially this early in the season where I haven't seen any of these teams yet. Faceoff's one back. Picked up and cleared up. Sommer will leave it up for Stellitano. Stellitano throws one across, looking for Irwin in front. A chance there. Bush will let this one go out. It's going to go out of the zone. They need to get back on side. It'll be picked up and carried out by the Blackhawks. Bethel Park moving down to AA this year. Going to reignite a couple historical rivalries, I believe. Baldwin. Got some time they spent in AAA with a couple of teams. Central, Cathedral Prep. There's a lot of work with the realignments that occurred this year. Out come the Blackhawks. Hartman tries to throw one across, is kept on and thrown through by Kozak. Sommer will battle him behind the cage. Back out to the point, shot on, just wide. Now Christen throws one on cage. Fox with the save. Rebound bounces around. It is saved by Fox. And he holds on. The senior. Saying the clock was running. You have a live feed of the clock, so you're seeing what the clock actually has on it at this time. Face-off will come up to the right of Fox. Decker loses the face-off back, but from Whiteman. Back around. Going to be cleared up, and it's going to be Shaler being able to get this back into the zone. That's Blake Whiteman throwing it in front. It's going to be picked up by Bethel Park, and they're going to lose a skate, and that's going to be offside. As Decker couldn't get back up on his feet in time. 5:58 remaining here in the first frame. 4-4 are your shots. 1-0 is your score. Bethel Park leading Shaler in a PIHL AA matchup here at the Alpha Ice Complex. Roman Angelo steps in with Belisarius. So he cleared up to Whiteman. That's of the Brett variety. Back behind the cage, Yuiska give it up to Stellatano. He'll battle in the corner. Looking for Marsden. Marsden looks on the backhand. Tiemann keeps the pad down. Back up looking for Angelo, but it's going to be cleared up and back for Whiteman. Brett passes it across for Stellatano. Matthew Stellatano across. Comes in. So the backhand shot through the crease and goes back along to the boards. Brett Whiteman will dump this one in behind. That'll be Chris Carnahan throwing this one up along the boards, and it's going to be a nice play there by Jack Hartman. Hartman carries it into the zone. That's going to be blocked by Yuska. Back up, Stellatano, and dumped all the way on Tiemann. Oh, it just goes wide, actually. Reither will carry it across the blue line, try to get across the red line. He's going to dump it across the opposite blue line behind the cage. And it'll be Sommer losing the puck behind to Bethel Park. That was Hartman separating him from the puck. Back around it goes for Reither. Oh, friendly fire in front of us is Sommer. And Colomarino tang up in front of us. Christen goes into the near corner. It's going to be bounced back out and kept in by Reitman. So Reither. Going to come back up. That's the Bush. Going to be kept in by Kozak. It's going to go on cage and back up and past Reither. And he's going to let this one a chance to regroup up to the captain, Caden Bush. Bush gets around a defender. Looks to go on the backhand, up in behind, and it's It's going to be brought in by the Blackhawks. Shot on off the mask of Fox. Out into the near corner. It's going to go back up for Bush. It's around. The shot on was blocked by Kozak. Kozak behind the cage. Reither looking around. It's going to be picked up by Christen. Christen powers his way back to the front, throws one on, and face off to the left of Fox as the net is off its moorings. 2:54 remaining here in the first frame. 1-0 is your score. All right, here we go. 2:54 remaining, face-off to the left of Fox. Decker steps in. Maniero, hard time with that. It's going to be picked up by Decker. Kai Decker will collect it, throws it across, looking for Kirstein. And back up. Maniero will throw this one up, looking for Malcolm, but kept in nicely by Bombish. Bombish, the goal scorer earlier. Decker pressured off into the corner. Colamarino. So out there, and it'll be dumped out to Malcolm. Malcolm leaves it go, chased down with Kellen Jones, and around it goes. Colamarino waits, picked up by Kirstein, and out comes the Bethel Park Blackhawks. Kirstein shot save made by Fox. Rebound comes back out to the point. Kirstein collects it. It's going to be kept in on the backhand by the Blackhawks, but it's going to be cleared back down. And Keelan Jones won't get it before it's selected as an icing award with 1:57 remaining here in the first frame. (8-5) are your shots. Bethel Park leading. Bethel Park leading 1-0 on the scoreboard. Face-off won by, I'm going to give that one to the Blackhawks. Titans fought for possession there, but it's going to come back out. Angelo has to watch that one leave the zone. Stellatano will just dump this one in behind the cage and going to come back out. Angelo takes a beating along the boards, and it's going to come out to Velasaris, and he's going to throw it on the cage and held onto by Fox with 1:29 remaining in the first frame. We'll have the out-of-town scoreboard in the second intermission. We'll talk about the games prior and the games that are coming up. Coverage here on 10 Band TV and Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. And any other broadcasters we may talk about today. There's going to be a shot on by Bethel Park and cleared out. We have a big hit along the boards. Blake Whiteman bringing it in. We shot on it, we blocked, and Bethel Park will carry it out of the zone. Across center. Oh, that's Jack Hartman getting pushed into the boards. We cleared up, and Whiteman will carry it in. Carrying it out is Hartman. He's going to regroup, dump it in behind the cage. 40 seconds remaining in the frame. Thrown in front, opportunity there for Dylan Hartman. Slight shot underneath everything by Hossa. Makes it through, but it's going to make it through. Blake Whiteman will dump this one out. Finds Braden Whiteman. He'll just dump that one in. Back down it goes. Bush will dump this one up the boards for Christen. Goes behind the cage. No icing on the play. 14 seconds remaining in the first frame. Bush in. Shot. Save. Fox held on to. 8.3 seconds remaining in the first. A little face-off coming up. To the true right of Fox. A little tired. Probably messing that up as this evening progresses. Celentano battles with Kozak. It's going to be won by the Titans attempting to get out of the zone. They do. And that's the end of the first frame with the score. Bethel Park 1, Shaler nothing. We'll be back momentarily with your second period.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. Fiber New specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Back here with your second frame, 17 minutes the distance here. Bethel Park leading Shaler 1-0 in a battle of AA newcomers. $11-5 are the shots in favor of the Blackhawks. Trying to get everybody lined up. Angelo will step in with Decker. And our second period is underway here. Marsden will carry it in. Marsden set up for Stellitano. Stellitano throws one in behind. Bush will dump this one up along. Looking for Kai Decker. It's going to be carried in by Bombish. Bombish with the goal already today. Decker goes along. Using an edge was Foth. He dumped in, and Marsden nails a Blackhawk up high, and a penalty coming up against Shaler. And they're discussing this. Marsden is heading to the box. See what they call here. Cross check is the call. 16:22 remaining here. Bethel Park heads to the power play. Up 1-0. 2-minute minor. Oh, is there? Okay, they're just fixing the penalty on the scoreboard, and we are ready to drop the puck to the right of Fox. Back up to the point. That's Husa. Husa across. Finds Jones. Picked up McGuire. Dumps it out, but it's going to get past the stick and out of play, out of the zone by Husa. Back across. Picked up by Hartman. Hartman behind the cage. Waits, throws one up to the point. Back down. Hartman shot through a couple people, but hits the final one, which is Velisaris. Back out. Velisaris will carry it back up to the point. Back down. Husa waits, thinks, throws one on. Fox save. 15:40 remaining in the period, and 1:18 remaining in the power play. Face off back. Be cleared back around, and that's Caden Bush. Bush behind the cage. Waits throws one across. That's going to be Bombish. Waits throws one down. Bombish will throw one up. For Bush. Down, looking for an opportunity here. Was Hartman. It's going to be cleared out by Stellitano. Stellitano comes on shot on Tiemann. That was high. Wasn't ready for it. Gets an opportunity on a rebound, but starts digging at Tiemann. A little bit of help, and Tiemann takes an offense to that. .57 remaining. We'll face off to the left of Kevin Tiemann. .36 seconds remaining in the power play. Blake Whiteman, the offensive zone power face off on the power play. Whiteman will step back in. Decker. Goes back for Nickel. Nickel. Throws one behind the cage. Throws one in front looking for Whiteman. Braden looking for Blake. Nobody home. It's going to come back out. Up by Decker. Decker gets around a couple defenders. 11 seconds remaining in the power play. Top of the circles. Goes on back down, and that's the end of the advantage. It'll be cleared out of the zone, and Braden Whiteman carrying it in. Back around to Blake Whiteman. Back to Braden. Down to Marston. A hit down in the corner. He'll come back up to the point. Yuska. It's a hard time keeping that one in. He'll regroup and come back out of the zone. Yuska. This one down. Yuska. Not alone. They're getting a line change while he's in here dipsy-doodling around everybody. Coming back out. This Bethel Park opportunity there thwarted. They cleared out and all the way to Bush. The captain dumps this one around. This one out for Foth. Go back out to the point is Bush. Right into the zone. Christen comes in around, and it'll be picked up by Shaler and cleared out. Christen brings one across. Opportunity here. Back on. Oh, look for the give and go, but he didn't go. He just went. Hartman. It's knocked in the corner. Whiteman. Sorry, Meniero. Uses that puck. It's going to bounce off the boards and back around. Picked up by Hartman. Kept in by Bethel Park. Hartman throws one around. Kept in nicely at the point. On opportunity here. Nobody home. And it's going to make its way all on the Fox. And he'll just smother and cover. 12-17 remaining. 1-0 Bethel still leading. 12-7 are your shots on goal. Of course, next week, if you're interested in a little more PIHL hockey on Thursday evening, you can join me on 10 Band and Pittsburgh Hockey Digest from Morgantown, the new Hope Gas Ice Pavilion at Milan Park, the new home of the Morgantown Mohawks, West Virginia. PIHL, where they're going to raise the banner for Morgantown and open up that new rink for the PIHL. And that's a shot on goal. Save made, Demon! Well, how about that a little how you do? Bounced around, hit the post, hit a couple things. He was able to keep it out and fall on it. That was half a second at any given time from being in the net. 11:57 to go. We'll have another face-off. He's going to regroup, get his glove back on. He'll be set to go, and we are back to play. Back out cleared. The Titans will regroup and dump that one back into the zone where Jones will pass. Just throws one up and kept in by Shaler, but they'll take it out themselves. Sommer will carry it into the zone, has Stellitano to his center, McGuire to his right. Stellitano will carry it behind. Back up, Nickel. Nickel throws one on. It's going to be blocked back down. Back down in the corner. That's DiFilippo. Going to take a little bit of a hit down there from Reither. Plays strong there. Gets it out to Nickel. Nickel can't finish up the place. It's going to be picked up and carrying the other way is Kellen Jones. Jones in. Just goes wide. Shot. So big save with the stick by Fox. Kellen Jones. We got a battle. Sainbrook down in the corner. He's down there with Brady Nickel. They'll go back around to the point for Husa. Down and out comes Shaler. Almost had the breakout pass to Stellitano. He dumped back in by Bethel Park. 10:31 remaining in the frame. It'll be cleared out. Stellitano long, finds Blake Whiteman. Up for Luke Irwin. That'll go on net and into the corner. Bethel Park regroups. That's Kai Decker clearing it out. Colin Trazo loses the puck, and it's going to be carried in by Bethel Park. That's Bombich. Back down with Whiteman. Blake Whiteman into the zone. Throwing on, looking for Braden. Couldn't find him. An opportunity coming the other way. It's going to be Kai Decker. Decker brings it in on the backhand. Fox save. Gets into Fox as he's going in. But that was coincidental. Into the cage. And a Titan ends up behind Fox. That's Trazo. With 9:42 remaining, we'll have another face-off. 15-11 are the shots in favor of the Blackhawks. 1-0, Bethel Park leads. Face-off one across. Brett Whiteman attempting to clear the puck. Be a shot on and cleared up to the point for Bush. Caden Bush will dump this one back in on Cage and held on to by Fox. Christen with the opportunity to try to sneak it through. 9:29 remaining, another face-off coming up. Face-off one by McGuire. Back around, thrown in front, and it's going to be picked by Marsden. Marsden with Angelo to his right, Stellitano at the center. It's going to come back across and picked up by Christen. Oh no, but it's going to be Shaler picking it back up. Opportunity, big shot, chance by Marsden in front. Back out, Whiteman shot low off the skate of Kozak. Another opportunity here, shot wide by Marsden. And it's going to be cleared all the way the length of the ice for an icing call. 8:50 remaining, second period. Face-off coming down To Tieman's glove side. Irwin gets hit, and that is a penalty coming up against Bethel Park. That's going to be Peter Velisaris. I apologize. That is going to be Jack Hartman. The 6s and the 8s are very close on these folded jerseys, depending on how you wear them. And at 8:45 remaining in the second period, the Shaler Titans head to the power play. Stellatano steps in with Kozak. This one back, Stellatano dumps it back. Oh, is that Angelo? Angelo steps in. Stellatano up at the point. Throws one on net. Save made Tiemann. Held on to. 8:36 remaining. 1:51 in a power play. .836 remaining. Face-off coming up. You can see Mike Shaw directing the penalty kill here. Back around Whiteman. Blake Whiteman across. Finds Sommer. Stellatano will have to dump to someone behind the cage. Marsden. Marsden in the backhand throws one up for Whiteman. And he's going to go under his stick, and it's going to be an opportunity here if they hurry for Bethel Park, but they can't. It's going to be a trapped player if they hurry. 2 players trapped, but only 2 coming on. Sommer will throw one across Stellatano. Set up the offense. Angelo back for Marsden. Behind the cage. Marsden into the near corner. Regroup, back down. Up for Whiteman. Blake Whiteman down to Marsden. Looking for the backhanded tip in front. Nobody home. Stellatano was coming down, but he wasn't able to get to it fast enough. An opportunity coming the other way. Here come the Blackhawks. And it's going to be a nice stick check by Marsden to break up the play. Stellatano's coming back into the zone. Cleared out by Bethel Park. Big opportunity, 2-on-1 if they hurry. Bethel Park shot. Big glove save by Fox on the shot by Bombich. We're going to have an offensive zone face-off for the Bethel Park Blackhawks on the penalty kill. Bombich will take the draw. That's Cole Marino. Face-off won by the Blackhawks. But Cole Marino will collect the puck. Whiteman throws one across. And it's going to be cleared up. Into the zone. Braden Whiteman shot. Oh, just wide of the cage. Going to come back up. Up over for Irwin, goes through his skates. Bethel Park, opportunity coming the other way. It's going to be Bethel Park coming the other way. It's going opportunity, no penalty on the play there. Good, no call there. Back out it goes. Nickel. It's in with Cole Marino. It's directly in front of us. So I'll try to lean it down for you. It's going to come back out, and here comes Bethel Park. Whiteman, sorry. Kozak bringing it into the zone. Kozak has to regroup on a half wall. Back behind it's Hartman. Hartman up to Kozak. It's down, back to Kozak. Shot goes up and deflected out of play. 6:11 remaining in the second frame. Penalty has expired. Filippo will step in with Kozak, and it'll be won by Bethel Park, but it's going to be cleared out. The Titans are going to carry it in, but it'll be backhanded back out. Chrisen, so regroup, back around it goes with Kozak. Hartman carries it in, throws it on net, held on to by Fox. 5:37 remaining in the second frame. 1-0 Bethel Park leads. 17-13 are the shots in favor of the Blackhawks. Face-off won by Bethel Park. They throw one just short of the net. Battled around, and they'll go back up to the half wall. Stellitano, a hard time with that. They'll regroup, and the Titans will get it out. Picked up by Kirstein. Into it, Velisaris battles it to the cage, but it's going to be Hartman coming in for a little bit of pressure. Velisaris, pressure on Sommer. Velisaris will collect it going into the far corner. Throws it up to the point, picked up by Husa. Back down. Hartman over an opportunity here. 2 opportunities, going for 3. Big save, big save, big save. Penalty! Bombich was on the doorstep. Fox stood tall, and we have a penalty. A cross check coming up against Sommer as the senior heads off. 5:14 remaining, and Bethel Park heads to the power play. Well, as many opportunities have grown on there, you can't help but, you can't blame them for that. .5:14 to go in the second frame. Power play for the Blackhawks. Hartman is it back. It's going to be Bush. Bush throws one on net. Fox holds on to it. Whiteman ties up with Foth. And they'll set up. Hartman. So he cleared out. Bush will pass that one across for Bombich. Bombich will throw one down. It goes back out to Bush. Hayden Bush throws one around, and it goes to Foth. Back for Bush. Waits. Down in, and McGuire battles with Foth. Kozak. Back up to Foth. Fire scores! Power play goal for the Bethel Park Blackhawks, and it's 2-0. Just pipe that one in off the far post. And at 4:27 remaining in the second frame, Bethel Park takes a 2-0 lead. Irwin steps in with Decker. It's going to be run back. Around, cleared up. Stick in, thrown on Cage. 4:13 remaining in the second frame. 2-0 Bethel Park Leagues. And that's a penalty coming up against Kai Decker. They're trying to figure out what the penalties are here. They need a referee at the scorer's box. We got 2 in the box. A 2 and a 5 possibly here. Power play coming up for Shaler. It's going to be cleared out. Sommer. Collects the puck behind the cage. Up for Stellitano. I'm assuming a 2 and a 10 on the play for Decker. Back down. Shot on. Just goes down for Stellitano. Up, Sommer. Sommer passes back for Stellitano. Back to the top of the circles, throws one on high. It bounces off the glass and looking for Whiteman, but it's going to be cleared back down. 3:17 remaining in the period, 1:10 remaining in the power play for the Titans. Sommer waits, throws one all the way down. Finds Braden Whiteman. Braden back for Stellitano. Goes to the top of the circles. Back for Blake Whiteman, and it's going to be cleared out by Bethel Park. Nice stick work there by the Blackhawks. 2:53 remaining. Stellitano trying to get around a defender. Does do so. Into the zone. Whiteman with him. Shot just wide of the cage. Braden Whiteman. Throws one back. When Juska throws one up on the half wall. Juska on the cage. Blocked by Bush. Bush is going to carry it back. 19 seconds to go on a power play. 2-on-1 develops here for Bethel Park. Shot on just off the post at the corner. It's going to come back down. Juska couldn't collect it. It's going to go out with 8 seconds remaining in the penalty. 6 seconds to go. And the penalty will expire. The puck will remain in the defensive zone. 2 minutes remaining here in the second frame. 2-0 Bethel Park here at Alpha Ice Complex, USA Rink, Harmerville, Pennsylvania. October 2nd, 2025. Opening week for the PIHL. Bethel Park carrying it out of the zone. That's going to be Hartman. Coming the other way, possibly 1:33 remaining is Irwin. Irwin passes it through. McGuire picks it up, has Marsden. Marsden shot on by McGuire. Rebound comes back out. And it's going to be Kellen Jones. Keelan Jones moves it around. McGuire has Whiteman up at the point. Couldn't get the Brett Whiteman, so it's going to be Owen Reither in the puck, and it's going to be cleared out to Whiteman. Juska up for Marsden. Marsden throws one on and held on to by Tiemann. 53.8 seconds remaining, second frame. 2-0 Bethel Park. Shaler trailing in the shots too, 22-14. Face-off one back, and Kirstein will try to collect it out and gets it to Chrisen. Chrisen hands it up to Kozak. Kozak comes in, shot. Tries to tip it in front. Opportunity here. Big save, Fox. Rebound sits underneath them, and a puck is loose, and it is out to the point. Shot on. Save made by Fox. Through traffic. Good tracking to find that puck through the massive humanity it came through. Held on to it and still kept it to a 2-0 game. 33.2 seconds remaining here in the second frame. Kozak will step in with Angelo. It'll be one back by Kozak. Bethel Park tries to keep it in the zone, but it's going to be picked up and carried out by Angelo. He's going to pass it in, finds DeFilippo. DeFilippo. It's going to be given up to Hartman. Hartman. Just a little pressure. Kozak carrying it the other way. That's Christen with him, passes it back to him. Christen looks for the tip in front. Oh, had Bush fly into the net. DeFilippo coming in, 8 seconds to go. Hook is going to be called here. Penalty is being called. 2.6 seconds, or well, it's going to be 1.3 seconds remaining in the frame. But Shaler will head to the advantage. That's a penalty by Dylan Hartman. .3 seconds remaining. They're going to line them up. Pull Angelo in. That'll be the end of the second period, and we'll be back here with the score. Bethel Park 2, Shaler nothing.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. Fiber New specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Third period coming up here at the Alpha Ice Complex. Once again, I'm Brian Mitchell. Thank you for joining me here for a PIHL AA matchup between the Shaler Titans and the Bethel Park Blackhawks. Bethel Park leading Shaler 2-0. Shaler has pretty much a full power play to begin with new ice. Let's see if they can pull back into this contest. Final words from the coaching staffs for their teams. A lineup. So far, it has been a fun matchup between the netminders, Kevin Tiemann and Jackson Fox, the seniors, putting on a show for us. 25 14er shots in favor of the Blackhawks, but they will start on the disadvantage here. Yuska will take the opening, Blake Whiteman will take the opening draw against Kozak, and it'll be won back by Bethel Park. It'll be cleared back in and along into the near corner. Sommer will let that one go for Yuska. Will carry it out. It'll be dumped back down. Shaler can't get a hold of it, so it's going to be bounced back out. Kozak will let that one slide back and cleared in by Foth. Yuska will just wait behind Fox. He's going to pass one out. It goes up along the half wall. Whiteman across, looking for Sommer. Sommer into the zone, dumps one in behind. Back for Braden Whiteman, one of the three Whiteman brothers on the ice. Back for Blake. Back for Yuska. Down to Sommer. Sommer shot, save made by Tiemann. I'm not sure if he knew where it was. Whiteman back to the point. Yuska cross for Sommer on his backhand. Braden couldn't get to it, so it's going to go back for Braden after a pass from Sommer. Sommer will collect it. Back up to Yuska. He'll take the puck and he'll dump it. He'll get it cleared off of his stick with 1:06 remaining in the penalty. Carrying it out is Blake Whiteman. Up and around, he brings it into the zone. Opportunity here, going into the near corner. McGuire rushing to the net. Oh, just beside his stick. Brett Whiteman now joins the fray. Into the zone, shot just off of Tiemann into the near wall. Back up to the point. Braden Whiteman. Brett Whiteman gets a pass across for Yuska. Goes back out and it'll be cleared out of the zone. Yuska will chase it back in with 33 seconds remaining in the power play. He's been out here for the entire thing so far. It'll be cleared in and down for Brett Whiteman. The backhand will make it in the corner. McGuire. Yuska playing the far wall, but McGuire will go back down for Whiteman. Up for Yuska. It's going to not make it out. And 8 seconds remaining will basically kill the advantage for Shaler. In comes McGuire. Brings it into the zone, throws one on, and Tiemann will smother it, but it's going to be loose for a couple seconds. Then eventually the whistle does sound. 2-0. Bethel leads here in the third. .56 to go. Thanks again. Thank you for joining us on this Thursday evening. Colmarino lets this one go past and it's cleared out. Sommer chases down, but it's going to be big play here by Bombich, who had the opening goal. Bombich gets rubbed off in the corner, and it comes back out to the point. Keelan Jones has to watch that puck get taken away by the Titans, but ended up being cleared back on Fox, who lost it for half a second. Back down Sommer. This will be dumped back out, and out it goes. Foth throws one on the backhand. Looking for Bombich, nobody home, and it'll be shot on and off the pad of Fox by Alborg. Dump back down into the near corner. Alborg Comes in on the cage, throws one through. Keelan Jones comes along. Hit attempted in the corner, but Luke Foth comes out with it. Continues to play this one off for Alborg in the corner. Cole Marino will dump that one out to the point. Dump back in by Bethel Park. Sommer will take that one back out. Same result. Back down, look for the tip in front. That was Foth. And it's going to go on net, and Fox will hold on to it. 13:29 remaining in the third frame. Back down, Stilitano passes one out. Looking for Kirstein, and it's going to be cleared all the way down for Husa. Kirstein up in a crowd. Catches Hartman in stride. Hartman gets taken down as he goes to the big. No penalty on the play. And we have a hurt player. Hartman is hurt down in the corner. He's getting back up. Gonna grab his stick and rejoin play. He is laboring around the boards. He's trying to get to the Hawks bench. Nope, going to try to stay in the play here. Back out Hartman. Waits, dumps one in behind, does take another hit. And then it's going to probably, no, takes an extra shot but doesn't get penalized for it. A little extra stuff going on behind the cage. They'll get Kirstein, but they'll get Kozak. Apologies, not Kirstein. Hartman, they get Kozak. That was beside the cage. Five on five. Oh, they got both of them. Okay. They got Yuska, too. Out come the Titans. Gets tripped up there, but nothing called. Grady loses his stick. Sommer does a good job to delay the play here. Dumps it in behind into the corner. And out comes Shaler. Shot on. Save made. Rebound comes out. Picked up by Hartman. But Jack Hartman. So under the boards, throws one in front. Opportunity there. Big opportunity by Velisaris and could not finish it off. He gets thrown on cage behind. He goes separating the puck was Shaler, and they're going to bring it back out. Marsden was in looking for Whiteman, who gets back up. Back down it goes, and that's going to go the length of the ice. And icing is the call, 11:24 remaining. Faceoff comes all the way back down into Teeman's zone. Faceoff won by the Blackhawks. Husa throws it around, but it's going to be blocked behind the cage. It's going to be pounced up by Shaler. Nickel will keep it in nicely. He's going to bounce it down in the corner. Throwing in front. Malcolm with a shot. Scores! Shaler gets one back as Brady Malcolm fires one that beats Teeman high. And it's 2-1. Soft one back. Shaler bringing it in. Colmarino will chase it down, but it's going to be the Blackhawks carrying it out. Back down, thrown on. Big hit in front of us. Maniero goes into his own. Malcolm goes along, and it's going to be brought out for Sommer. Passes it along. Falling down is Nickel. Colmarino with a hit in front. No, we'll regroup. Coming in is Bethel Park. Bombich chases it down, but it's going to be shot on rebound opportunity, but Husa's shot could not be followed up. 10:20 remaining in the third frame. 2-1 Bethel Park leading Shaler. So early in the season that the feeling out process begins between a lot of these squads, even before the games. The St. Mark, of course, the PIHL Fall Face-Off, I almost called it the previous name of the St. Margaret tournament. That where a lot of teams now get their practice in the beginning. Some play scrimmages, some play some tournaments. That's a penalty coming up. Both these teams were involved, so that's a trip. And we'll have a penalty coming up against Irwin. Luke Irwin, the freshman, heads off. 10:06 remaining, and Bethel Park heads to the advantage. A lot of teams get the workouts early, try to feel out their opponents, but you know, you probably leave a little bit left in the tournament that you don't want everybody to see. Back down. And Shaler is going to take one. No, sorry. Bethel Park's going to take one here. So now that advantage has been negated. As Jack Hartman will head off. Makes 4x4 here with 9:57 remaining here in the third frame. Only 9 seconds into the initial penalty. 26-19 are the shots in favor of Bethel Park. Face-off won by the Blackhawks. Goes about to the point. Right to Whiteman. Whiteman shot. High riser goes off the team and looks for a tap-in opportunity by Stellatano. Could not find the cage. Back behind Bush. Picks up the puck. He's going to be separated by it. Stellatano looking for a second shot at it. Yuska. Top of the shot. Tipped wide. Saved by Tiemann. Rebound comes down. Knocked down by Angelo. It's going to be Bethel Park trying to get it back out, but it's Stellatano with a little bit of pressure there. Avoids the check. Has to be off the pressure. And cleared in by Bethel Park. It's going to be out opportunity here. Stellatano, if he hurries. He's going to bring it back in, one on. Stellatano shot high, riser goes to the point. Angelo's going to collect it, tip it back through. It's going to go back behind the cage. Up by Kozak. Kozak will pass it on the boards, but it's going to be Shaler picking it up. Opportunity comes off a skate, and out goes Foth. Foth into the top of the circles. Looks for the shot. It's going to be blocked. Coming down are the Titans, and out is Bombich. Bombich up along the half wall and looks for the shot. Just goes through the crease. Back down Whiteman. Comes out up to Whiteman. Whiteman to Whiteman. Goes back out. It's going to be Blake Whiteman. Dipsy doodling around the defense. Back down for Whiteman. Whiteman shot. High riser goes over the cage. Down. Braden Whiteman with a hit in the corner. Back down, Blake. Up there, does collect the puck. Back up, Stellatano. 3 seconds remaining in the first penalty. It's going to be a power play shortly for Bethel Park, for Shaler, but it's going to be 5 seconds and then over. Sommer is going to carry it in. Sommer, shot, just a high riser and out. Whiteman loses the puck, and Bethel Park will clear it back to the point. Nickel couldn't get to it. So clearing it in are the Blackhawks. 7:40 remaining in the frame. All infractions have been served. Out for Hartman. Jack Hartman will dump this one in behind. Sommer will pass this one out. And out for Braden Whiteman. Braden just dumps one in behind the cage. McGuire will try to collect it, but it's going to be picked up by Kozak. He'll carry it out, but it's going to be turned over to Yuska. Yuska with an opportunity shot. Just missed the corner. Comes back across. Brett Whiteman will dump this one in behind. Gets back down. Marsden. Marsden has to watch the puck get dumped up along the boards, and it's going to go back for Yuska. That one stayed in somehow. High stick on the puck needs to be called there. 6:53 remaining in the third frame. A high stick on the puck will clear the penalty boxes of the final penalty. And all teams have served their penalties. 2-1. Bethel Park leads Shaler. 26-21 are your shots on goal. And a penalty to Bethel Park will come back across as Kierstein will head off. So a power play for Shaler. Question of what's going on in front of us. Trying to take advantage of the last change here. Whoa! Yeah, they have 5 players on the ice. You only need 4. There's a penalty on the thing. Foth came out. Fortunately, there were already 4 players on the ice, and they're just trying to figure out who's taking a face-off now, and it would be Bombich. He'll come across, back out to the point. Picked up. Yuska, top of the circle shot. Low, rebound comes on. Big save. T-Men held on to. 6:44 remaining in the period. 1:52 remaining in the penalty. They'll get that quick change. Angelo steps in with Kozak. That'll be won back by the Titans. Up to the point. Yuska waits, thinks about it, throws one on net, tipped around, goes off Tieman's pad and then back across. Back down, Blake Whiteman falls down as he was trying to pass, makes it to Yuska, throws a shot on tip, double tip came in, but it's going to be picked up by Bethel Park. Foth couldn't do anything with it. So it's going to be kept in by the Titans nicely. Whiteman shot, low tip in front, opportunity. Oh, save made, team, and rebound comes back out. Picked up by Foth. He's going to clear it down the ice. 6:07 remaining, 1:13 remaining in the power play. Here we go. Yuska's going to carry it across center. Brings it in across the blue into the zone. Yuska, top of the circle shot, just wide of the net. It's going to come back all the way. Going to be chased down by Angelo. He's going to have to come back with 58 seconds remaining in the power play. Back behind Fox. Angelo waits, thinks about it, back pedals behind the side of his cage, actually. Backs for Whiteman. Blake Whiteman will carry this one across. Blake will lose this one over to Villasaris. He'll just dump this one back into the zone on the Fox. 35 seconds remaining in the power play. Yuska gets ready to set up. He's going to carry it out, middle of the circles. Dumps it on the backhand. He's going to look for Stellatano. It's going to go too far, but it's going to go off of Stellatano. He's going to bring in an opportunity shot. Save made, rebound, sits in there. Oh, McGuire was coming down, but it's cleared out by the Blackhawks. Back for McGuire. McGuire comes over the tip in front. Stellatano was coming down. It's going to be shot around. Opportunity here, kept in. Oh, Sommer almost kept that one in. 7 seconds remaining in the power play. Coming back out. Yuska's going to carry it in out here all the time again. Penalty has expired. Into the zone. Irwin leaves it. McGuire dumps him down in the corner. Yuska is going to be dumped down. Opportunity here coming the other way. Bombich is going to come in 2-on-1. He's going to come in on his own shot. Score! Gets a second in the contest. Lucas Bombich. 4:38 remaining in the third frame, and it's 3-1 Bethel Park. Just came in on the backhand and just fired one through Fox. It's 3-1 Bethel Park. Face off, center ice here. 3-1 is your score. 4:38 remaining in the regulation. Bethel Park leading. Down, Marino and Malcolm will battle this up. It'll be dumped on Tiemann. Foth comes in for the hit on Colmarino. Back down around it goes. It'll be picked up by Shaler. And cleared up, but not out. Carrying it out is Decker. By Decker. He throws one across. He's going to carry it in himself. Threw it to himself, actually. Comes in, throws one off the side of the cage. Fox regroups. Sommer. So it's going to be picked up. And Bethel Park just watches it go on Fox, where it's held on to. And way too much extra activity going on here. Foth got involved down there. So is Decker. Colmarino and Nickel all involved in that kerfuffle. Sorry, that was Malcolm, not Nickel. Malcolm will take a penalty here. And that'll put Bethel Park on the advantage. 3:46 to go here in regulation. Bethel Park power play. And it'll be Husa. Doesn't want to cross. Goes down for Jones. Jones shot save made by Fox. Face-off coming to the right of Fox. Won by Bethel Park. Decker comes in top of the circles. Throws one across. Too hard for Hartman. An opportunity here is the two-on develops. McGuire will throw one on net. Tiemann will just hold on to it with 3:16 remaining. Face-off coming up deep in the Bethel Park zone. Wherever you are, thank you for joining us on this Thursday evening. Once again, I'm Brian Mitchell. This is Pittsburgh Hockey Digest on 10-band TV. This is Bethel Park leading Shaler 3-1 late in the third frame. PIHL AA matchup. Don't be confused when you hear that. A PIHL AA matchup that involves Bethel Park. You move down this season, joining the ranks of Cathedral Prep. Latrobe, Hempfield, Norwin, Penn Trafford, all the fun ones. Baldwin, Shaler now. It's going to be an interesting season. And Wheeling Park in AA. Now, just for the record, if you're watching at home, Wheeling Park is ineligible for the postseason. So there are only 10 teams in AA that can play in the postseason this year. But they will count towards the regular season standings, so their points will matter to the postseason ranks. So Wheeling Park playing up this year, and Bishop Court, of course, from Johnstown, another team. 2:12 remaining, 26 seconds remaining in the power play. Pressure by Shaler. So only 10 teams eligible for the postseason in AA this year. Wheeling Park ineligible. Of course, we will probably have them a couple times. I think, if I remember correctly, reading the preliminaries, one team's going to go, and that's a goal by Velisaris as the power play expired. And it's 4-1 Bethel Park.
Let's go, boys.
We're getting the medic to come across to look at a player on the bench. Okay, they're going to let the play continue here as the medic takes care of a player. Malcolm will chase the puck in on a face-off win. He'll throw this one on net. Tiemann will glove it and hold on to it. 1:37 remaining in regulation. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting transition into Double-A. It's not going to be an easy one either. Defending champs, if I remember I saw that correctly, the defending champs Cathedral Prep were trailing or were defeated by Greater Latrobe today. Greater Latrobe, of course, always a perennial contender in Double-A. Couple bounce back opportunity. Oh, Brady threw one on the net that went off of Fox. It's going to come back around. 1:20 remaining in the third. 1:16 to go here. They're just going to play it around. Opportunity coming the other way for the Filippo. Filippo player comes down as he's crossing in. Group 1:04 remaining in the contest. Husa will take the puck and dump this one in behind the cage. Sommer waits, thinks about it. It's going to be turned over to Stainbrook. 48 seconds remaining. We got a long way to go until the end of February, so hold on tight. It's only week 1. 10-band TV will be there all the way. I'll be picking up a couple more games than I did last season. Hopefully we don't have as many problems as we had today, but I pick up some single games here and there, help out. We've got Wildcat Network coming on for your Double-A teams. I've heard murmurs that Mon Valley did come back, and they will be back this season covering a couple games. And Westmoreland's, and that's a goal by McGuire to make it 4-2. Westmoreland Sports is talking about joining the fray for a little bit, picking up a couple games in Double-A. They have a couple Single-A games. Maybe even a Triple-A game or two if they could. So they'll be back this year. So there's a lot of options coming up this season for the PIHL on broadcast. And North Catholic, of course, they do a great job with their network. So any teams that play them, you'll be able to see them. And a couple of them will be cross-run with the 10-band network. But for this one, with 8 seconds remaining, at 4-2, we thank you for joining us here as this game goes to a final. Your final score from the Alpha Ice Complex in Harmer Township, Pennsylvania. The Bethel Park Blackhawks 4, the Shaler Titans 2. My name is Brian Mitchell. Thank you for joining me on 10-Band TV and Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. Good evening, good night. I'll see you next Thursday from Morgantown, brand new arena at the Hope Gas Ice Pavilion, Morgantown Sewickley Academy. Take care, guys.